The Amish store enough fresh water to last for years without using a single tank, pump, or even electricity. While most of us rely on modern plumbing and heavy machinery, the Amish use designs passed down for generations, turning rooftops, wells, and even the ground beneath their feet into water storage systems. These aren't just old traditions, they're smart, sustainable solutions for a future where clean water might be harder to find. Today, we're stepping into Amish farms to uncover the step-by-step methods they use to capture, filter, and store water naturally, and why these techniques could save you in a crisis. While most of the modern world depends on electric pumps, water towers, and plastic storage tanks, the Amish have built an entire way of life that sidesteps all of it. Their methods aren't just about tradition, they're about independence. By storing water without relying on modern systems, they protect themselves from power outages, mechanical failures, and rising utility costs. In an emergency, where most people would run out of water in days, the Amish could keep going for months, even years. Their techniques combine practical engineering with nature's resources, rainfall capture, gravity-fed delivery, and underground storage. These systems not only provide drinking water, but also irrigate crops and water livestock, all without expensive infrastructure. In a world facing increasing droughts, contaminated water supplies, and infrastructure breakdowns, these old-fashioned methods feel more relevant than ever. The Amish don't store water because they have to. They do it because it's the smartest, most sustainable way to live. And once you see how they do it, you might start wondering why we all aren't doing the same. For the Amish, water is more than a utility. It's a shared responsibility rooted in their culture of self-reliance. They believe in working with nature, not against it. Wasting water isn't just frowned upon, it's seen as poor stewardship of God's creation. This mindset drives them to design systems that are efficient, renewable, and built to last for generations. Because they avoid modern conveniences like electric pumps, their solutions must be simple enough to maintain by hand, yet effective enough to sustain entire families and farms. Children grow up understanding how water is collected, filtered, and stored. It's part of daily life, just like planting a garden or baking bread. This cultural approach means their water systems are not quick fixes, but long-term investments, blending craftsmanship with community cooperation. For the Amish, storing water isn't a project. It's a way of life. Amish water storage starts at the very top, the roof. While most people think of roofs as simply shelter, the Amish see them as massive water-catching systems. They choose roof angles, materials, and gutter placements specifically to maximize rainwater collection. Metal roofs are common because they shed water quickly and cleanly, reducing debris buildup. The pitch is steep enough to keep leaves and dirt from settling, but not so steep that water misses the gutters. Gutters lead directly to downspouts fitted with simple mesh screens, catching large debris before the water enters the system. The first few gallons from a rainstorm, which may contain dust or pollen, are often diverted into a separate drain, a process called first flush. This ensures that what enters their main storage is as clean as possible from the start. By combining smart roof design with gravity-fed piping, the Amish turn every rainfall into a reliable source of fresh water. Even in light showers, these systems collect enough to make a difference. And because they rely purely on gravity, they work day and night without a single watt of electricity. It's a passive, elegant solution that's been refined over generations. No high-tech gadgets needed. A single Amish farmhouse roof, averaging about 1,500 square feet, can collect thousands of gallons in a single season. For every inch of rain, that roof surface can yield over 900 gallons of water. In areas with 35 inches of annual rainfall, that's more than 30,000 gallons a year, enough to meet the needs of a large family and their livestock. By storing this water underground or in well-protected systems, they can stretch it across dry months without running out. These numbers prove just how powerful roof-based collection can be. Even without pumps, towers, or tanks, nature provides more than enough. Amish water systems last for decades, but only because they follow a strict, hands-on maintenance routine. Gutters are cleaned every few weeks to prevent clogging. Mesh screens are checked after each major storm. Underground cisterns are inspected and cleaned annually, usually after the rainy season ends. First flush diverters are emptied and rinsed regularly to keep water fresh. Because they avoid chemicals, Amish families rely on simple scrubbing and occasional lime treatments to keep storage algae-free. This routine doesn't just protect water quality, it ensures the system will keep working year after year. No matter the weather. At the heart of Amish water storage is the underground cistern, a large, sealed container buried beneath the frost line to keep water cool and safe. These cisterns are often built from poured concrete or heavy masonry, lined to prevent seepage, and placed close to the home for easy access. By being underground, the water stays naturally cool, which slows bacterial growth and keeps it tasting fresh. This also shields it from sunlight, which can cause algae blooms. Many cisterns hold several thousand gallons, enough to support both household use and farm needs during long dry spells. Water enters the cistern through gravity-fed pipes from the roof collection system. Inside, the design often includes a settling chamber, a small compartment where heavier particles drop out before water reaches the main storage area. Some cisterns even have a secondary overflow channel to divert excess water into a garden or pond. Drawing water from the cistern is just as simple. A hand pump or gravity-fed spigot brings it into the kitchen, laundry area, or directly to animal troughs. No electricity is required, just pressure from gravity and the right pipe angles. These cisterns aren't just storage. They're a quiet insurance policy. In a power outage or municipal water cutoff, an Amish family can still drink, cook, and irrigate as if nothing happened. It's a self-reliant solution that blends craftsmanship, practicality, and a deep respect for natural resources. In Amish communities, building a water system isn't a solo project. It's a shared effort. Families and neighbors come together. Just like they do for barn raisings, one group pours the concrete for cisterns, another installs gutters and piping, while others prepare filtration beds. These projects often finish in a single day thanks to dozens of hands working side by side. Beyond saving time, this cooperation ensures everyone understands the system and can help maintain it in the future. It's not just about building infrastructure, it's about strengthening bonds and passing skills from one generation to the next. In Amish life, building a water system is a community event as much as it is a practical project. When a new cistern or rain barrel setup is needed, neighbors arrive at sunrise with tools, lumber, and willing hands. Skilled craftsmen handle the heavy work, while others cut pipes, mix mortar, or prepare the collection area. Women organize hearty meals to keep the crew energized, and children carry small parts or fetch water. By working side by side, a full system can be completed in a single day. The result isn't just functional, it's a shared accomplishment that reinforces the Amish value of mutual aid. Above-ground rain barrels are one of the most visible parts of Amish water storage, often seen near barns, workshops, and homes. Unlike modern plastic barrels, many Amish families repurpose large maple syrup barrels, which are made of thick, food-grade metal or hardwood. These barrels are durable, naturally resistant to corrosion, and hold hundreds of gallons of water. Some are painted in muted earth tones to blend with the surrounding buildings, while others are left in their natural wooden finish. Rainwater is channeled from the roof through a simple gutter system and into the barrel via a diverter, a small mechanism that allows the first flush of dirty rainwater to be discarded before clean water enters the barrel. This prevents dust, pollen, and bird droppings from contaminating the supply. The barrels are often elevated on sturdy wooden platforms so that gravity can help water flow into buckets or smaller containers without pumps. To extend the lifespan of the stored water, Amish families use a variety of natural preservation techniques. Cedar oil, for example, is sometimes added in trace amounts, as its antimicrobial properties discourage algae and bacterial growth. In colder climates, barrels are wrapped in layers of burlap or straw bales for insulation, preventing the contents from freezing solid in winter. Lids are fitted tightly to keep out insects, leaves, and curious wildlife, but some barrels feature removable covers for easy cleaning. On hot summer days, shade from nearby buildings or handmade wooden covers helps keep the water cool and fresh. Because these barrels are above ground, regular maintenance is essential. Twice a year, they are emptied and scrubbed with a mild vinegar solution, ensuring no mold or residue builds up. Amish ingenuity also shines in repair. Work leaks are patched with wooden plugs, beeswax, or carefully hammered tin patches instead of buying costly replacements. This system is not only low cost, but also completely independent of electricity. During daily chores, water from the barrels is used for livestock, garden irrigation, laundry, and sometimes even for cooling milk in metal pails before it's taken to market. In the Amish mindset, above-ground rain barrels aren't just practical, they represent a direct connection between daily life and the natural water cycle. Every drop collected is a drop that didn't have to be pumped, purchased, or wasted. It's a quiet reminder of resourcefulness, sustainability, and the belief that simple solutions often outlast complex ones. For the Amish, clean water isn't a matter of expensive machinery, it's the result of time-tested, low-tech filtration methods passed down for generations. Once rainwater is collected, whether from an above-ground barrel or an underground cistern, it often goes through a multi-layer filtration system before being used for drinking or cooking. The most common method involves a series of natural layers stacked in a wooden or metal container. Large gravel at the bottom to catch heavy debris, coarse sand above that to trap finer particles, and a thick layer of charcoal on top for absorbing odors, chemicals, and impurities. This charcoal isn't store-bought. It's usually homemade by burning hardwood in low oxygen conditions until it becomes pure carbon. On top of the charcoal layer, many families place a piece of tightly woven cheesecloth or fine linen. This final fabric screen catches microscopic particles and keeps insects or small debris from entering the clean water chamber. The water passes slowly through each layer, emerging clear, cool, and ready for use. For households without a permanent filter structure, smaller portable systems are common. A metal bucket lined with sand, charcoal, and cloth can filter a gallon at a time for quick drinking water needs. Some Amish even adapt large ceramic crocks with spouts at the bottom, filling them with layered filtration media for a more traditional look in the kitchen. In especially cautious families, often those with young children, filtered water is also boiled for several minutes to kill any lingering bacteria, especially during summer when algae growth is faster. Filters are maintained with careful attention. Sand and gravel are rinsed and sun-dried every few months, charcoal is replaced annually, and cloth is washed or swapped regularly to prevent mold. Unlike modern filters that require costly cartridges, Amish systems rely on materials that can be gathered, cleaned, and reused indefinitely. Beyond the technical aspect, water filtration holds a cultural meaning in Amish life. It reflects the belief that purity, whether in faith, food, or water, comes from patience, care, and respect for natural processes. Instead of outsourcing the job to a hidden factory filter, the Amish prefer to keep the process in sight and in their own hands. The Amish supplement rainwater with wells, windmill-powered pumps, and even traditional dowsing. These sources ensure supply during droughts, blending old skills with natural resources and creating a dependable backup that doesn't rely on modern infrastructure or costly technology. Water stored in elevated barrels or cisterns flows naturally through wooden pipes using gravity, eliminating the need for pumps. Systems include freeze protection and flow indicators, allowing effortless household use while conserving energy and preserving the community's self-sufficient, electricity-free lifestyle year-round. For daily drinking, the Amish prefer spring water, valued for its purity and taste. Families often visit local springs together, turning collection into a social tradition that reinforces both community ties and a shared appreciation for nature's gifts. Water is checked using natural indicators like plant health and insect presence. A silver test reveals contaminants, ensuring safe consumption without modern labs, blending observation, tradition, and practical know-how into everyday water safety. Summer droughts reduce supply, prompting rotation and sharing. Winter freezes threaten pipes and barrels, requiring insulation. Seasonal cleaning and repairs ensure steady access, turning weather obstacles into a predictable rhythm of community cooperation. When shortages occur, Amish neighbors unite, sharing stored water, delivering wagon loads to those in need, and redirecting overflow to gardens or livestock. These practices ensure no family is left struggling, reinforcing bonds of trust and proving that cooperation is the community's strongest source of resilience. The Amish way of storing water isn't just about survival, it's about living in harmony with nature and each other. Their methods teach us that sustainability starts with simplicity, preparation, and shared responsibility. In a world chasing convenience, they remind us that true security flows from skill, foresight, and the strength of community.